Before I get into today's video, I want to talk about the Madden giveaway I will be doing in about August, and that's whenever the game comes out. Before I get into specific details, my goal is to reach 300 subscribers. As of right now, at the time of this recording, I'm about 150 range, which is pretty good, so I'm already halfway there. But I do want to gain more subscribers because most of you guys that watch my channel, they're not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button because it takes 2 seconds. And it's very easy to enter the race, I guess you can call it. And I do want to say that once I do hit 300 subscribers, I'll probably announce my winner a couple of days after. So don't expect an answer immediately, or at least a winner immediately. All you got to do is go to this video, which will be linked in the description, and comment down below anything. And that's all you gotta do, bro. It's all you gotta do. And like I said, make sure you are subscribed because I can actually tell if you're subscribed or not. I will be doing it on your console of choice, which will either be the Xbox or the PlayStation. Like I said, it does not matter. I don't care if it's the PS4, PS5, or the Xbox Series 1. Anything like that, bro. I will give it to you however you want it. So yeah, all you gotta do is subscribe, comment down below on that particular video, which will be linked in the description, and that's all you gotta do, man. Now let's get into this video. Now this is part 4 of 8 of the NFL offseason grades. We've already done the NFC North and South and East. If you have not watched those videos, go watch them real quick, then jump back to this one. But today's video, we're going to be doing the last NFC division, which is the NFC West, which is the 49ers, Seahawks, Cardinals, and the Rams. This is one of the better divisions in the NFC conference. Like I said in my previous videos, today's video, we're going to be talking about the major transactions for each NFC West team. Like the major additions, the major subtractions, the contract extensions, the newer draft pieces, coaching transactions, stuff like that. So not every exactly detail, but the major pieces that everyone knows. But let's get into it, bro. Starting off with the first NFC West team I mentioned earlier, the San Francisco 49ers. And by the way, these grades are just off the offseason, not how their grades are now, basically, as a whole overall team. So their major additions in free agency are Travarius Ward and George Odom. Their main draft piece was defensive end Drake Jackson and running back Ty Davis Price. The 49ers, they have a solid draft this year. Not necessarily great, but not bad either. Like right in the middle of that piece, or in that pack, I mean. But their major subtraction that they lost in free agency was Lakenson Thompson, DJ Jones, and Kawan Williams. So their defense definitely took a little hit, but their defense is already so good that, those couple of starters, they're going to be fine without them. The major extension, the only extension they actually had was Maurice Hurst. But they still do not know what's going on with Deebo Samuel. Like, if they end up trading him, this offseason is definitely going to, not the offseason, but they're definitely going to plummet a little bit because he's that main piece of the offense. And I know they still got George Kittle. I almost said Travis Kelce for some reason. They still got a solid offense, even with Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance, but Deebo Samuel is a major factor of that piece. As of right now, their grade for this offseason is a C+. I feel like they could have done better in free agency. Like I said, we still got a couple of big names out there on the market, but if they end up trading Deebo Samuel, I'm going to say like a C-. Depending on what they get back from, really, but we still have no clue what's going on in the situation. So, 49ers, C+. Now, moving on to the team that's probably the worst team in this division is the Seattle Seahawks. Now, we already know they had an absolute crazy offseason in trading Russell Wilson and losing Bobby Wagner. But overall, looking at what they did this offseason, not that bad. So their main additions, they added Uchenna Nwosu. I have no clue how to announce that name. Quinton Jefferson, and they also drafted tackle Charles Cross, defensive end Boye Mafe, and running back Kenneth Walker. Their draft was actually very solid just because of all the draft pieces they got from the Denver Broncos in that trade. They also added Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, and Noah Fant. Drew Lock as a quarterback, he's probably like a D overall, if anything. He has a couple of good moments, but mainly bad moments. Noah Fant's a solid tight end if he can stay healthy, and Shelby Harris is that good plug-in defense on that D-line. So they got a lot for the Russell Wilson trade. Like I said in my previous videos, they both kind of won that trade. Um, but they also lost, like I said, Bobby Wagner, DJ Reed, and Gerald Everett. Their main extension, though, during the offseason, which is Quandre Diggs, they actually locked him up for a lot of money. I forgot the exact numbers. But their overall grade, in my opinion, is a D plus. Like I said, we're losing Russell Wilson is absolutely a big blow for right now. Bobby Wagner, very solid linebacker. Um, but this is like a D plus for now. It might work out better in the future, depending on how their draft picks do. But right now, the Seahawks are by far rebuilding. They're a D plus mode right now. So I'm sorry, Seahawks fans. Now let's talk about the Super Bowl champions of the last year football season, the Los Angeles Rams. Now let's just say they had a great offseason, okay? So their main additions, we all know, Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson, absolutely huge. Their draft picks, I think their best draft pick was a guard, Logan Bruss, which was like a third-round pick, so they say F them picks for a reason, so I'm not really going to talk about their draft picks because, they didn't really draft anybody, but they don't need it anyway. They're still stacked. They also got Troy Hill in free agency. So, like I said, this team was already very good before. They just got even better, adding Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson. But they did lose Von Miller, Robert Woods. So they lost a couple of big pieces. They replaced Von Miller with Bobby Wagner, Allen Robinson with Robert Woods, which I think Allen Robinson's better than Robert Woods. So just like that, just those couple of pieces they replaced already, and they even got better. Who did they also lose? Hold on. They lost, Andrew Whitnell. I am butchering this one right now. I am so sorry, Rams fans. Andrew Whitworth retired, so that definitely took a blow on the O-line. But their overall grade this offseason is definitely an A+. Like I said, dude, this absolutely insane. This Rams team was already so good. They got even better. They also locked up Matthew Stafford, by the way. They signed him to a fat contract. I forgot the exact details, just like Quandre Diggs, but I know it's a big contract. Let's just say that. But A+ for Rams fans. Absolutely insane. This team probably going to be Super Bowl champion again this year. Now, moving on to the last team of the NFC West, we're going to be talking about the Cardinals, in which they've had a very interesting offseason. Let's just say that, okay? But their main pieces they added in free agency was Nick Virgil. That was really about it. And they also added Marquise Brown in the trade during the draft. But their main draft pieces were tight end Trey McBride and defensive end Cam Thomas. And like I said, they added Marquise Brown in that trade during the draft. So I think that's a sneaky little good pickup. Their main subtractions was Christian Kirk, Chandler Jones, Chase Edmonds, and Jordan Hicks. Those are really big names, especially on the defensive side, where they already kind of struggled last year, and now they're gonna be struggling a little bit, a little bit more. But like I said earlier, that this offseason has been very, very weird. Cliff Kingsbury, the coach of the Cardinals, has been just really, really weird with the Kyler Murray situation, and we have no clue what's going on with that, by the way. He does not want to get that fifth-year option. He wants a massive contract. I think 40 plus million a year, Kyler Murray. I don't think he's going to get that. I think he will play this year for the Cardinals, but I think this might be his last year if he don't really mature up in what he's really worth, because he's not worth 40 million a year. Let's just say that. But I think their grade this offseason is just a C. Like I said, they took a lot of hits. They lost Chandler Jones and Christian Kirk and all of that. But they did get Marquise Brown. They had a decent little draft. I'm going to give them a C right now. Kyler Murray situation, if he ends up sitting out or getting traded or whatever, that's definitely going to plummet and they're going to suck again. But C for right now. But let me know what you think down in the comments of these predictions. If they're completely terrible, they're great, hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe already, bro. And I'm out of here.